everyone, and welcome back to the Olympic Ultras podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Michael.
And this is episode 29 and possibly one of our final episodes of this year. We haven't quite worked out how we're going to do the rest of it.
But we will annoy you soon.
But we will annoy you soon. Do not worry. You will hear our voices. I assure you of that. And if you do want to continue and keep in touch a little bit, we're going to be doing a fantasy Premier League. So the code's right up here. So if you're watching via YouTube, the code's right here. If you're watching via Spotify, I'll chuck it in the description below. If you've got a fantasy Premier League team, come and join our league. We've got a couple of people in there now. I'm going to post, weekly updates of the scores and the table and everything like that. Just a bit of fun, just to keep us in touch with each other and, back and forth. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you're doing that. Don't forget to also follow us on our YouTube, our Instagram, and our Spotify. So it's the Olympic FC_Ultras and the Olympic Ultras podcast. We're talking about Rochedale Rovers. I don't know if I touched that. We're talking about Rochedale Rovers in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about Rochedale Rovers in this game.
That's the only thing we've got to talk about. So let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Olympic 1. Rochedale Rovers 2. Rochedale Rovers are safe.
Yeah. As much as that annoys me.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, from the kickoff, they wanted this.
Yeah.
And I was talking to...
Well, you mentioned last week they needed a win to be safe, and that made them dangerous.
Yes. And I was talking to someone pre-game, and I said, I'm not looking forward to this because they want the points, and they will go out and they will do anything to get those points. But looking at the game we played at their home, they played the same way.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you work there?
And we couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do.
I do remember that, the podcast episode after that game. They had their tactics.
Yep.
So right.
Yep. They struggled. They struggled a lot through the season. But watching them play on was it Saturday night? Saturday night. You wouldn't think they were in that position.
Friday night.
Yeah. The weeks a blur. You would not have thought they were in that position.
Yeah, we noticed this with a couple of the relegation teams,
Yeah.
Gold Coast United and Magic especially.
They played some good football. And we just let them play. I mean, Decky scored a great goal.
Yeah, he did. That was a well-worked goal.
Decky played really, really well. I thought he played some fantastic football on that night. A lot of balls across the face. The beauty about that goal was the ball went across and Decky followed it.
Yeah.
And he was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a well-taken goal, which is something we have lacked over the years. And I thought, that's the way you get them. Yeah. That's the way you score goals. And then we just stopped playing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I obviously wasn't at this match. I was half-heartedly watching. There was a couple other things going on, unfortunately, and I just had it up. And I remember scoring when we scored that. I was like, okay, it's been a bit back and forth from what I've seen. Hopefully, this will just galvanize us a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, as the second half started, we just fell out of the match.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was, betting a little service. Thank goodness for our back line. I mean, they've done really, really well. Unfortunately, there was 2 goals that we conceded, but I thought Benny Wallen played really, really well in that game. Again, I thought Decky played really well. But
yeah, again, it was just one of those things where they needed to win that.
Yeah, and we didn't. Because we were safe anyway.
Yep.
But I'm no psychologist, but I don't think the mental side of our game was there.
It's hard. So we talked a lot about the injuries.
Yes.
About how we were, sitting second, third before the injuries. All the injuries happened. After that, even when people come back, because we were pretty close to full squad. For this one, it's hard to get confidence and momentum back.
Yeah.
Especially when you're facing a team that has that bit of desperation,
Correct.
that has that last gasp, let's do everything, lads, sort of thing. We're talking like a Braveheart-esque speech was in that Rochedale Rovers dressing room, and suddenly we've got to pick ourselves up when it doesn't really matter.
No.
We're safe. We just kind of want to get the season over with because there's probably a couple of niggling injuries there. Either the big injuries didn't quite solve themselves, or people have been playing through injuries. It's a bit of a season sort of thing. Probably played a little bit more minutes than they wanted to.
Yep.
Or possibly needed to in another season. But, so to get that momentum back and to start rolling and going, when realistically nothing's on the line.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard mentally.
Yeah. And
emotionally.
We had Tommy Larkham out. We had Sam gone.
Ty Cobb's out.
Cobb's out. So there's 3 major players.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't quite first team. But,
we still had players out.
I know, again, because either re-nursing the same nigglies or new ones, or just played a little bit more than they thought they needed to.
Yep. I mean, and the likes of Brando hasn't played.
Yeah.
I think he's a terrific player.
Yeah, he's got a bit of magic about him, Brando.
So there's a lot that went wrong.
Gianni played, I saw.
Gianni played, I thought that was great. He's such a lovely guy. I don't know. I think I feel for Chris and the team. They were left with very little to play with. My hat's off, and we said this before through the season, my hat's off to the 23 boys. Magnificent effort. They wear their heart on their sleeves. They gave everything they had to this club and the first team. But you can't keep playing 23s every week against the likes of the Lions and the Powers and the Wolves, and it will eventually catch up with you. And it did.
Yeah.
And that's no fault of anybody's.
No.
We could have the same start to the season next year and be premier.
Yeah, 100%. And we possibly could have. We talked before about how we had Lions' number at the start of the season. We had Penn Power's number at the start of the season. We were in both games against Moreton City, despite the fact we lost them.
Yeah.
We had Gold Coast Knights' number at the start of the season. There's your top 4.
And I think you compare to Olympic this season, and I compare that to another one of my clubs I support, which is Liverpool. Liverpool had a shitload of injuries as well.
Yeah.
And they scraped into 5th.
Yep.
And everyone just went, oh my God, what's going wrong with Liverpool? It was the same with Olympic. What's going wrong with Olympic? Because they're doing so well. Injury.
It's just injuries.
You can't
survive when 8 of your first team players just drop out of it.
You can't wave a magic wand, your players are fixed.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I feel Chris and the boys, because they only had what they had to work with. They did a magnificent effort.
I will go back. I like to think back to the Queensland Cup match against Lions where we lost 1-0.
Yeah.
That was the heart of our injury crisis. Run smack bang in the middle of it, and that team was filled with so many under 23 boys.
Yep.
And we lost 1-0. And we almost got an equaliser towards the end of it. We struggled and we strapped together, and they had energy, they had heart, they had a mission to try to accomplish, and it was such a fantastic game to watch of these young kids playing the best team in this state, and hey, possibly the Australia Cup too, the way they're going. So these boys stood tall, and they held strong, and they played a really amazing game against a very formidable opponent.
And if that's the caliber of our
23,
we're in good stead for the next 5 or 6 years, because these boys will come through probably half around about 18, 17, 18, 19. Once they hit their early 20s.
Well, you look at Decky Warnes. Can he drink yet?
I think so.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah, I think he's
must have had his birthday recently.
I think Decky's 19, 18 or 19. And that kid's got so much talent to burn.
He's earned it. He's earned that role there. He's earned that spot.
He has. So there's so much potential coming through. But unfortunately, potential doesn't win trophies. Potential doesn't win championships.
No.
And a lot of club directors feel that way.
Yeah.
So
it is a business.
It is a business.
And when there's no prize money on the line and all those sorts of things.
Business. That's why, as I said, as far as I'm concerned, we've got probably the 2 best coaches.
Oh, they're fantastic people, aren't they?
Both of them have got so much knowledge.
Yep. Lovely people to talk to. Do you want to get into some stats?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, as we said.
Let's get this over and done with.
Ball possession, of course, ours is first.
Yep.
51% to 49.
Sorry, yeah.
So very tight. XG surprised me. Ours is 0.98 to theirs 3.38.
Okay.
I know, right? Total shots, 11-15. Keeper saves, 6-4. Corners, 5-5. 444 passes to 359. So we passed a lot, but just couldn't penetrate. 5 yellow cards to 0. And in very fine print here, I've got because the ref was a knob. He let them get away with so much. It was almost, I'll say sorry before I start this.
You can skip forward if you don't like it.
Almost as if he wanted the
Yeah,
Rochedale to stay
gotcha.
up.
Yeah.
It was almost like a purposeful game.
Yeah.
The pulling of the shirts, the tackles, we should have had a penalty.
Oh, isn't that surprising?
The amount of things that he played on.
We've now completed a season not getting a single penalty in the league.
And it's
22 games.
The referee was a disgrace. It was almost like he didn't give a toss to an Olympic court. His performance was shocking. Anyway.
Crazy.
So we finished the season 8.
Finished
we
at
had
8.
8 wins, 2 draws, 12 losses.
Yeah.
39 goals to 43
conceded, which is a lot to concede, but wasn't the highest, in fairness. And even Brisbane City, who finished 5th, had 48 conceded. Yep. So realistically,
looking back, I was very proud of the boys.
Yeah.
From game 1 to game 22.
Even in that injury spell, man, we tried to play some really good football.
And we haven't stopped trying to play good football. We played some wide football, we played it in the middle, we played it at flanks. And that's all, again, a credit to our coaching staff.
I could sit there and go, both Rochedale games, Gold Coast United away, Wolves and East at home.
Yeah.
Were horrible.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly honest.
Wolves away was horrible.
You know, they were horrid games. They were terrible games, right? Everything else, we were in.
Yeah.
You know, we were also punching. We were also doing really, really well. Yeah. Okay, we might not have won that game. Might have been a draw, whatever, what have you. But every other game, we were in. And we were doing really, really well. We just had this handful of games, plus the injury crisis, that we just decided not to play football or didn't know how to play football in those moments and things like that, especially that Gold Coast United away one. That was insane.
Yeah.
You know, so, but like realistically, the season as a whole, slightly disappointed, but I can totally understand why.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You know, and we'll do a proper review later.
You cannot hate this team for the season that's come up.
No, not at all.
No, far from it. No. You know, it was just one of those seasons where it just wasn't kind to us.
No, it wasn't.
It's not kind to us at all. No.
And like when you really look at it, Gold Coast Knights finished 4th and with 38 points, so 12 points above us.
Yeah.
Right? But
which in the scheme of things is not a lot.
They had 11 wins, we had 8.
Yeah.
Like when you really break it down to numbers.
Yeah. When you break it down to look at the table, it's not bad.
We're not that far off.
No.
And we've said that from the beginning. This is one of the most competitive seasons for a long time. There is a handful of wins between 4th and 8th.
Yeah. That's how ridiculous it was. Yeah. So, moving on.
We'll talk finals, even though we don't like them.
Yeah, moving on. Obviously, the semi-finals coming up on the 29th of the 8th.
Yeah, August.
The 30th of the 8th.
Yeah.
On the 29th, Morton City will go against Gold Coast Knights, which I think will be a good game.
That'll be a cracker, actually.
Yep. And on the 30th, of course, Lions play Penn Power.
Which is always...
That will be, again...
They're in the Queensland Cup together too.
So if you love football...
They're going to play each other so many times.
If you're a football lover and you just really appreciate the game, I'd probably head out to Lions and Penn Power. That'll be a cracker.
Lions play at home, don't they? Because it's a... I might head out to that because that's down the road from me.
Yeah, that'll be a cracker.
Just doxing myself slightly.
So, but my prediction, it'll be a Lions Gold Coast Knights final.
Yeah. Well, we'll see because, again, it's got that... Prediction. It's that 1v2, 3v4.
Yep.
And then the winner of the 3v4 plays the loser of the 1v2. And then the winner of that, because they wanted to complicate it.
Yeah. That's who I think will be the last game.
Fair.
That's just play.
Yeah. Well, Lions, as we talked about, already winners, already on to the Australian Championship, possibly on their way to an Australia Cup final.
And I'll tell you what, I'd like to see them win it.
Look, me too. I'm not gonna lie. This is an Olympic podcast. I love Olympic, which means officially on the books, I hate Lions.
Yeah.
I would love to see Lions win this for 2 reasons. Number one, because it's a Queensland team.
Yeah.
Okay, you follow a Queensland club, you kind of want Queensland to do well and sort of prove to the rest of Australia that Queensland is a good NPL league. We should be able to stand up and
We can play football up here.
And we can hold our head up high and things like that. Two, I just don't want an A-League team to win it.
I know, right?
I was so annoyed to see SD Raiders go out to Sydney FC. I have not seen the result of the Melbourne victory. I feel like our games, we're recording it while it's currently on, I believe.
I watched the SD Raiders Sydney game last night.
Yeah. Sydney weren't great.
Sydney were pathetic. They got a beautiful goal from their Japanese import. Left footer, great shot.
Yeah.
He finished it beautifully.
Oh, fantastic goal.
But I'll tell you what, Raiders, mate, hold your head up high. That was a great game.
I will put my hand up and say I actually Raiders turned me around on those because I didn't think Raiders had enough for MacArthur, and they managed it. I didn't think they had enough for Sydney, and to be honest, I was gunning for them by the end of it.
So was I. I mean, what a great. It just shows what these little clubs can do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Sydney has the class. They've got some great players. Their goalkeeper, oh my God, what a great performance he played. There was a free kick. I can't remember who took it for SD Raiders. And he's
had to tip it over.
And it's gone around over the wall. And this keeper's come from nowhere.
Yeah.
And tipped it out. I thought, what a great save it was.
Gorgeous save.
And really, I think he saved Sydney last night.
He did. He
pulled off so many top saves.
Yeah.
He saved Sydney last night.
Yeah. So look, no, I would love to go see Lions win it. I'm definitely going to go see Lions play North Sunshine.
Yeah.
Especially now that they moved themselves back to their own ground. I personally think it's a bit of a disgrace that they're playing at Spencer Park. In my opinion.
What a joke!
I think that's horrid. Would you see Manchester United go, let's play at the Etihad?
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen. It's never going to happen.
No.
Liverpool won't play. It's not Goodison anymore, but you
have a home ground for a reason.
You have a home ground.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. Use
play games on.
Why are you playing at a former NSLW? No. Yeah. NSL rival team, Cross River.
Yeah. What are all your fans going to go?
Yeah.
Yes, they may, but still.
Yeah, I personally thought it was an absolute disgraceful decision. I'm really, really glad they're back at Lions. That's fantastic.
But
and they've got an all NPL run to the final.
Yeah. I think Lions will have a stellar season
because the other two you've got obviously North Sunshine doing all right.
Yeah.
For a Victorian PL1 team, they're not even in the NPL.
No.
And then you got, I think it's South Melbourne, probably. South Melbourne's playing someone else and Preston's playing someone else. It's probably going to be South Melbourne Preston.
Yeah.
If it's not already, I can't remember now. It's going to be interesting, and I think Lions are home all the way through. I think they've been drawn home all the way through, so we might get some really fun
games
to watch.
As I said, if you like football, go out. Keep an eye out.
100%. Keep an eye on that. Plus,
you might not want to support them, but go out and watch some quality football.
Go wear a Premier League shirt or something like that. And speaking of the Premier League, you follow the Premier League and you feel like having a bit of fun and you feel like keeping in touch. We are running a fantasy Premier League competition this season. So if you've logged in and you've already got a team, feel free to use this code. It'll be on the screen for you YouTube watchers. Somewhere around here. Bit of Rafa Benitez. Congrats if you understand that reference. And for Spotify, I'll chuck it in the description for you. Come and join us. Bit of fun. I'll post weekly updates of what the table looks like and all those sorts of things, and it'll be good fun there.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk? We'll go for a bit of a ramble. Let's go for a ramble.
Us having a ramble?
I know.
Have we had a ramble before?
It's the last scheduled podcast of the year. We'll do a proper review later.
I'll just warm up.
Do your stretches. Right. Football Queensland, an article came about Football Queensland possibly having to vacate Meakin Park.
Yeah, is it a park?
It's technically a park.
Or is it a cow paddock?
It's officially on Google Maps names as a park.
All right. Okay.
Now this was interesting
because I went Bruner Swamplands and I got there.
Yeah. All right. I did actually sit down and listen to the whole 1.5 to 2 hour long meeting that Logan City Council had.
Yeah.
Riveting stuff. Actually kind of was in certain parts. Of Robert Carvellucci spending a good hour and a half on the stand, firing squad worker questions that he really struggled to answer.
And why would somebody who's in charge of Football Queensland struggle to answer questions?
There was one very early question that went, this is the project. Who have you spoken to this project about? before you brought it to council, and he's gone, oh, we've had a couple of meetings. Okay, who are those meetings with? I think yourself was at one of them. And then
this man represents Football Queensland.
And then as it went around the room, certain people who had questions went, oh, by the way, yes, just for points of clarification and conflict of interest and everything, I was one of those people at that meeting. Like 4 different people said that in moments. And I'm like, you can't even respond to who you've spoken to about this. But, yeah, so the whispering around the football community is apparently that it's because it's a rugby league focused council. It's, in my opinion, definitely not. It's because, and to paraphrase the Logan mayor, he said that every time I drive past Meakin Park, I never see kids on that pitch, except after dark when the lights aren't on, and I'm assuming you don't know about it.
But, in saying that too,
a couple of kids are breaking in.
If I drive past Meakin Park at 8 o'clock every night, there's going to be no one there.
No.
If you drive past Meakin Park at 8:30 in the morning, there's going to be nobody there. So what a ridiculous statement to make for starters. Are you driving past between the hours of 9 and 3 on a Saturday and 9 and 3 on a Sunday when everyone plays football?
In fairness, you drive past Goodwin Park right now.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
No,
so should we tear Goodwin Park up?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be people there, though. You know what I mean? There's going to be lights on. There's going to be people there.
Yeah, you really can't have that as a statement unless you're there every weekend looking and go, oh, yeah, no, the kids do use it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a wishy-washy statement.
Yeah, but the kids don't use it. They don't hold games at Meakin Park unless for wet weather overflow, in which case Meakin Park would also be closed because it means it's stormed in Logan.
Yeah.
Or it means they have to host way too many games that they can't.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing's a ridiculous notion.
Yeah. They don't... I get what they were trying to do. I do. So the whole project, the idea of it was to, I guess, create a bit of a center of excellence. A couple of artificial pitches, and hold the tournaments there, the big festivals of football and those sorts of things, and try to hold more games there. And I get that.
Yeah.
But they wanted like the entirety of Meakin Park, including control over the ones that other sports currently have. They wanted to be the leasee holder of like the entire thing.
Seems selfish.
And then he made a mention. They were like, "Well, okay, well, you're going to kick them out." And he went, "No." Well, why do you want control over all of it if you're going to let them have it? Like, why can't they just? And anyway,
that's a fair point.
A very fair point. Yeah. So I can understand the idea. I can understand where this came from and everything like that. It might have just been a little bit half-baked.
Yeah. As we've talked about Valentine Sports Centre in New South Wales, it is a magnificent complex. The New South Wales Ball Federation has, again, done it up. Yeah. And it's just phenomenal. We can replicate that.
Yeah.
But, of course, our biggest issue is space.
Yeah.
Now, as you and I discussed before, you look at a club like Mitchelton, who has grounds coming out of its There's grounds everywhere.
Yeah.
And that could be developed in a massive, beautiful centre of excellence because of the space available to it. The other club that I thought of, and it doesn't matter about the distance, is Sanford Rangers.
Yeah, plenty of space.
Plenty of space out there. Sanford have a fantastic complex out there. I don't know about the likes of Caboolture. I know they've got some beautiful grounds out there, but I haven't seen in the daylight, so I'm not sure what it's like.
I think Caboolture Sports has a ton of grounds.
Out there as well. So there's some clubs that you can make there as centre of excellence, but also let the club use it week to week. As everyday pitches.
Yeah.
So, everyone from Football Queensland gets advantage of it, but also the clubs still maintain their home ground advantage. They're the ones you look for, the ones that are big spaces, the ones you can build on.
Yeah. Because they just did a festival of football up in Ballinger Park, and up at Sunny Coast Wanderers / Budrum Wanderers. And I can't understand why, I suppose the clubs have to be agreeable to it, but I can't understand why you can't do festivals of football at clubs every single time.
Yeah.
And just go, for instance, Olympic. Okay, Olympic doesn't have that many grounds. We've got the other John Cricket Park, I think, or whatever it's called. the smaller park.
Yeah.
But you've also got Yeronga across the road.
Yeah.
So we go Festival of Football at Yeronga Eagles and Olympic.
Yeah.
They both hold the burden. They both get canteen money and things like that. The whole of Cairnsdale essentially gets shut down.
Yeah. Cairnsdale Road is closed today.
Yeah, but like that's where the Festival of Football is. So Football Queensland doesn't need a bunch of grounds if it doesn't.
No.
You know, like it can just be an administrative building.
Correct.
And, you know,
Correct.
they were planning to get all this money for it when all that money could possibly go to Perry Park, for instance.
Yeah.
They could move back into Perry Park.
Yeah. I mean, going back many years ago when the Brisbane Strikers were a very, very strong outfit. That's where Football Queensland had their offices.
Yeah.
Because I remember going there to have chats with a number of people.
Yes.
Because I knew some of the staff who worked with
And
Football
I tagged
Queensland.
along.
Yeah, you tagged along as well. So
as a wee bub.
We had meetings there.
Yeah.
So we know it was there in the first place. So why not have it back there?
Yeah.
You know, the biggest mistake they made was build that YMCA building.
Yeah.
No.
It encroaches. No. But it encroaches so far over.
We had the ability to make this whole section Football Queensland, and we gave away money.
You know, there's a fix. A very, very easy fix. And it's going to be an absolute surprise when I tell you. Obviously, Brisbane Strikers apparently at Perry Park. I believe, actually, it came up in the meeting. Brisbane Strikers also are a sub-leasee of Meakin Park.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know that.
Did I?
Even though they're connected to Souths in the women's side. I don't know what Brisbane Strikers are doing these days, but they're in the NPL, so good on them. Football Queensland moves back into Perry Park. They get their money. They fix up Perry Park a little. YMCA is right there encroaching. Business deal. Whoever's using Perry Park, if you've got a centre of excellence going on, they get free passes to the YMCA gym. You don't have to have a gym on site. You've got one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, it works well. Work hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to be in the exact same places, you know, YMCA makes money from Football Queensland because Football Queensland obviously has to provide them money for the deal.
Correct.
But it means that people can go in on a Football Queensland pass, not on a YMCA pass.
Yeah.
So if you've got a centre of excellence, if you've got a team that's coming in there for whatever reason, you know, say they're going to nationals. So you've got all the Queensland under-14 boys together. They're training that day, but you also want to do a gym session. Well, they all go into the YMCA.
Yeah.
They do their gym session at the YMCA, and then they go onto Perry Park pitch and they kick the football around and off they go.
Yeah.
You know, there's a fix to it.
Yeah.
Just people need to sit down at a table and have that chat.
Did you hear the story about the redevelopment of the Echo Ground?
Yes.
They're going to build all those units
fancy stables.
Fancy stables. So the horses will be all catered for, which is fantastic.
Yeah, for the 2 weeks that they're there.
Yeah. And here we are. We're looking to get our own Football Queensland, the centre of Queensland football, redone? No. But hey, go the horses.
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe that decision was made by our government.
And again, for Eka, that's it.
2 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Like, don't get me wrong. Love horses. Fantastic animals.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to ride one or go for riding, go for it. They're an amazing animal, and they do deserve comforts and everything like that. They're a living thing. But 2 weeks of the year, they don't live at the Echo Ground.
No.
You know?
It's like going to a motel.
Yeah. So it's just...
But, you know, you think of Perry Park, the current stand, you know, it's probably a termite flight away from coming down.
100%.
Do you think rebuilding at the end where the scoreboard is and rebuilding on this side with grandstands, so it's a three-sided ground?
Three-sided ground, that space we've talked about this before actually, off camera. The space where the YMCA is, you put a massive TV there.
Yeah, put a big screen up there. Everyone
That's
gets there.
Yeah, you only need the one.
All of a sudden you've got a three-sided ground, which is class.
Mm-hmm.
15,000, 20,000 people max.
Yep.
Can be done, not a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
And I've been to stadiums, you know, where rather than the old days you used to go like this, they now go like this.
Yeah, they're steep as these days.
So you don't need the space required anymore to build that kind
the engineering and the architecture is all there.
Is now so first class.
Yeah. Build a tunnel, build a ramp straight to Bowen Hills.
Yep. I would like to
road.
think that in my lifetime, and I probably haven't got many years left, I'd love to see that done.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a testament to Queensland football in general.
Yeah. No, I would too. But we wait and we hope
We do.
Yep. Let's quickly track back onto this current season. Gold Coast United got relegated. Rochedale got safe. Magic United got safe. Let's talk about the big ticket item. Brisbane Roar be relegated.
Wow. When I saw that on Facebook, I went, is someone having me on? I thought, really? They've decided to relegate them?
Yeah. Now, this isn't a new thing, right?
Are you going to go where I'm going to go?
I don't know where you're going to go.
Go on.
I was going to say, this isn't a new thing. One, Brisbane Roar B have been horrid for a little bit now. But two, there's been other A-League B teams all around the country that are in the second tier of their local football. Newcastle Jets was in at one stage. Melbourne Victories in BPL 1. This isn't a new thing. I don't know why it took us this long to get here.
I know, right?
Anyway, off you go.
Okay. I heard
You're prime and loaded. Go for it.
I've heard a rumour, and you've heard the same rumour.
Yeah.
And it was confirmed to me the other day that it's a very strong rumour.
Yeah.
That we're going to a 14-team league.
This is why I want a Brisbane Roar be relegated. To be perfectly honest, as funny as it is, because we don't like A-League, I really wanted to see the mental gymnastics. I really wanted to see what Football Queensland would suddenly pull together to make sure this didn't happen.
So you think, okay, 14-team league, what happens there?
Yeah, who goes down? Does anyone go down?
Now, to my way of thinking, you bring the two teams up, which is Broadbeach
and Brisbane Strikers.
Deservedly so.
Yes, 100%. And Brisbane Strikers especially have been knocking on that door for a number of years.
The way I would play it is those two teams that come last and second last, you play off. Okay, so the loser goes down. The third place team come up from QPL 1, which fills at 14th spot. So the likes of rather than Brisbane will go and be relegated, you now have a fighting chance. But you can't put any other players in. You only have the squad you've had through the season. You can't load it with A-League players. Okay.
Which they're already trying.
You're already trying.
They didn't quite escape relegation.
No.
So we're giving you a lifeline, but you aren't entitled to the spot. You've still got to win.
You've got to work it.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I think because
they've got to do that quick though.
Very quick. I mean, because I think from the last year, the draw was out probably October, November last year.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot. In fairness, hand on heart, Football Queensland, praise.
Yeah.
They've gotten a lot quicker with it lately.
Yeah,
the last couple of years have been
year was amazing.
Super. I actually remember talking to Josh, our social media guy. He sent me a message one day. I went, hey, I'm planning on doing a couple of graphics. When do the fixtures usually drop? And I went, mate, mid-January.
Yeah.
And they were up that week.
I know.
And he sent me a message back and went, what do you want about? And I was like, trust me, last year was mid-January.
That's a couple of years back from that. But no, they done a great job last year for this season. I mean, it was a fantastic job releasing them so early. It was brilliant.
Yeah, look, Gold Coast United got relegated by 1 point.
Yeah.
And then Brisbane Roar B are 5 points off safety as well. So you could almost make the argument, as much as relegation sacred and yada yada yada. That's what makes football exciting.
Yeah.
You could almost make the argument that they don't. Not deserve, because they do deserve. They're the lower two teams.
Correct.
But it's not like in the women's South. It's not like a South situation.
No, exactly.
Where they were so bad or they just did not get anywhere near the results.
At least those two teams were competitive.
They were competitive. Again, a couple of seasons ago, obviously Olympic got saved by Football Queensland. We didn't ask for it, but it happened. So history suggests that if they were to do it, they were just going to add teams. No one gets relegated.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
It will be very interesting.
Because like I said, I'm very curious to see what happens. We've been calling out for a 14-team comp for a long time.
For a couple of years now, yeah. I'd even go to a 16-team comp my way.
Oh, yeah. It was pre-COVID, I think, 14 or 15 teams.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that long ago. I would like to get to a point where, it's possibly 16 teams, 30 rounds.
Yeah.
Matches New South Wales and Victoria, I believe.
And it is whether you like it or not, it is our premier competition in this state.
Yeah.
The premier competition deserves premier teams, premier venues.
100%.
If you're going to make it a Premier League, let's do it.
Yeah. And I've always said, if you want to be treated seriously, you've got to act seriously.
Yeah. And
You
again, this will upset a lot of people, probably around Football Queensland, but I really believe it's time you start charging people, because even if it's a $5.
Yeah. Well, there was a small rumor that went around that they were going to try to charge to view it. They were going to go away from YouTube and start charging people like $10 a month in an attempt to force people out.
Yeah.
But that rumor got quickly shut down again.
Yeah. It won't work.
No, it won't.
But, even a $5 to go to a game, $5 for adult, $2 for a child, or a child under 15's free. Well, one, that money comes into each club. It gives the clubs money to better lighting, better nets, better balls, better jerseys, better canteen facilities, better players.
Yep.
You don't realise if you had, 200 people at a game, all paying $5, you do that for 20, like, what's it, 11 home game. That's a great lot of cash injection towards your
100%,
team.
100%.
And if you love your team, you'll pay it.
Yeah.
I have no problem paying.
I've got no problem paying.
I've been paying football entry since I was 17 years old in New South Wales.
Yeah.
It was $5 getting back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care about paying for football.
Never. And go to your games, guys.
Mate, that's what it's all about. Oh, man.
Anyway. So, yeah, look, we'll do a proper review in a little bit. Disappointing, but realistically very proud.
Oh, look, I will always be proud of this team.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you won't shake me.
No, God,
you
no.
won't. I feel
like we're a little bit too invested now.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to have the after dinner with some of the players.
Yeah, because I wasn't at that game
on Friday night, and each of the boys congratulated us. Say, look, thanks very much for coming along every week. We would love it, and it really touched me. Thinking, well, I just don't do it for show. I do it because I love you guys.
Yeah, 100%.
You are my club.
We were there week in, week out, before the banners, before the podcast, before the shirts, before
this
we
club
were new
means
people.
So much. Yeah. I will support them. I don't care when, where, or how.
Yeah, I'm gonna pip you to this because you beat me on the women's podcast. I just really want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my. I mean this genuinely. From the bottom of my heart, each and every one of the players, the backroom staff, everyone involved in the club. Thank you very, very much for the time that you've given us.
James giving us shit every week.
Hudson and Grozzy, and just everyone who comes over and says hello and just appreciates us and allows us to do what we do. All the people we've interviewed over the year, don't worry if you missed out on an interview. That's coming up harder next year. It's one of the things we want to get better. It's one of the things we want to get better at.
Insights.
So if you missed out on an interview, we're coming. And if you don't want an interview, you better leave the club because we are going to get you no matter what.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much for everyone because, everyone's just honestly so genuine and it's fantastic. I've honestly overjoyed seeing you guys play week in, week out.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I really can't add to that. I mean, you've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And I'm just so appreciative of what they've done for us. The support they've given us. They come over and they shake our hand. They appreciate me being there, and that touches me because to me, I'm just a football supporter.
Yeah, we're supporters.
This club.
Yeah, that's all we are.
That's all I am. I'm just a football supporter. But Caboolture Tuesday nights.
Yeah,
9 o'clock.
See you there, James.
See you there.
Yeah.
And I just love them.
Yeah,
love it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, we'll wrap this up here. Like I said, Premier League is starting real soon, and by real soon I mean
this weekend.
I mean like legitimate days. So if you want to join in and you want to just sort of keep in touch a little bit, make sure you join our Fantasy Premier League. So just Google Fantasy Premier League, go make your team, and then use this code. I'll put it in the description as well to join the league. We've got a couple of people up now, a couple of people from around the grounds, and I believe in Chris Grossman, the head coach himself. So watch out. He's obviously going to be one of the inside chances to win, being a head coach himself.
Yeah, he's got that inside knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. So, make sure you jump on. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll post some weekly content about it and about what we're up to and everything like that. So,
We'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch. I'm sure we'll put up a proper season review at the end of it.
Give us a few weeks.
Yeah. Okay, well, once again, thank you very, very much for tuning into the podcast.
Your support's been tremendous through the years.
It honestly has.
People who walk along the grounds and say, hey, I love your podcast. It means so much.
Yeah.
It really does mean so much.
It really does. The people who chat to us, the people who comment as well, it's always fantastic to see. It's always fantastic to get that. Because, it brightens our day and it makes us... You know, again, we started doing this because we were two idiots who talked about football in the car. And we decided, let's film it.
Let's do a podcast.
That's all it did. We were talking about this already, so we decided to just film it. But to turn into what it has turned into has been so much fun, and we don't plan on stopping. We have zero plans on stopping. In fact, we've only got plans to make it bigger and better and brighter. So stick with us. We'll get there in the end.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Well, thank you once again for your support.
Thank you so much. And until we see you next time, it's Golan.
Olympic.